Another day of protesting on Parliament Hill today for the United We Roll convoy. The protesters called on the Liberal government to scrap the carbon tax and two bills that overhaul environmental assessments of energy projects. Day one of the rally saw a pretty energetic protest outside of Parliament. Also some mixed messages along with that as well. We are joined on the phone this morning by Glen Carritt, which is the Convoy's manager. Thanks again for taking the time to chat with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. My pleasure.
I want to know how day one was for you and what you're expecting today out of day two on the Hill.
Hey, it's great. You know, yesterday was fun. There's lots of action. I'm standing right here at the fountain looking out at all the trucks, and we've been making some noise here. It's been good. You know, we've made our point with some noise and brought some trucks all the way across Canada. And you know what the story is here is a journey across this country, and we saw so many great people along the way. Just unbelievable support everywhere we went. Just straight from Saskatchewan, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and into Ontario. Just surprised us. Every city was 1,000 people or more. Big cities, Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, and into Arnprior, we probably had 1,500 people join us. And the support just shows you that Canada wants to stay united.
Let's talk about your time on the Hill, though. What has reaction been both for and against to what you're doing out there?
You know, there was definitely a little resistance, but you know, we're trying to. I think they're misunderstood with how important our oil and gas industry is to this country. The good, hardworking Canadians were up on the Hill with us. You know, rallying. We had some good speeches. We had Andrew Scheer speak. We had Pierre. We had. A few MPs speaking, and some representatives from the farmers and veterans speaking, etc. It was, it was very well received up where we were speaking. You know, of course, anytime, I'll use a sports analogy. Whenever you get the puck, you're going to get hit a little bit, and you know we're taking it, and we're going to keep rolling forward because we know what we believe in, and that's what we're doing.
I think some of the opposition, though, too, is that there seems to be some mixed messages with the Yellow Vest movement being a part of this convoy. We've heard, that they talk a lot about immigration and other things that are not related to pipelines. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, you know, immigration or Compact is definitely an issue. And with that is going to come some controversy, without a doubt. But it needs to be looked at. Our borders need to be controlled by the Canadian government. And you know, that's a big issue. There's no doubt, and whenever you're fighting for something, there's going to be some controversy. That's life.
So you're saying this convoy is about more than just pipelines?
Well, we do stand behind pipelines, and we stand behind, because it's united, and we do stand behind that it needs to be investigated as to how we move forward. But you know, we're definitely want to make sure that. We get pipelines in the ground, and Bill C-48 abolished, and C-69, and the carbon tax abolished. That's the main issues here for sure.
Do you guys, as part of the convoy, disagree with anything that the Yellow Vest movement is saying?
Not the peaceful, hardworking, respectful Yellow Vest. With any group, from Facebook, etc. There's going to be some negative stuff come out of that. That's not what this is all about. This is about the respectful, hardworking Canadians of this country, grassroots. This is a grassroots movement, and that's what we are. Would
you agree then that there are some extremists in that group that you don't support?
Oh, absolutely. I don't support any of those.
Okay,
we don't support extremists. We don't support anti-immigration. We don't support racism, hate. Absolutely not. 100% unequivocally do not support it.
Just wanted to clear that up. Okay, let's talk about the federal government. You've heard from Andrew Scheer and Maxime Bernier. We've seen that. Have you heard from anyone on the Liberal side of the federal government yet?
No, I have not. I was invited into question period yesterday, and we went up there for a little bit. But fortunately, we had a little bit of. We had to make sure that we got out of the city with OPP, so I had to leave a little early. But they did make some mention of the oil and gas industry and the United We Roll convoy, that they supported it, and we're very much behind it.
Who invited you to question period, and what are you expecting out of today then? Are you expecting any more communication?
MP Glen Morrow. I do have a meeting with Earl Dreeshen's right-hand man today, and we'll see what comes out of it, because Mr. Dreeshen is in Red Deer today with the Canada Winter Games. So, and he's in my riding. He's my MP. So we've had a good relationship.
Okay, so you have been chatting. I do have to address this because there is a GoFundMe page that was set up for this convoy to help with the cost of the convoy, fuel costs,
Yeah.
I'm sure hotel costs as well. There are rumors now swirling on social media that you have taken that money. Can you clear this up for us?
I sure can. Yeah. So let's think about the Broncos, the Humboldt Broncos. They had I can't remember the amount that they got in their fund, which is phenomenal. The way people have to understand about a GoFundMe page is that for the Broncos, they just got some of their money released, because the money just doesn't come out of GoFundMe. And I've actually been funding a lot of this trip out of my own pocket. I've been paying for hotel rooms until that GoFundMe money gets into the account and gets moved over. And everybody here has got receipts, and they've been told to hang on to all the receipts. The other rumor is that Glen's gonna just fly home and leave everybody on their own, but that's not the case. Everybody wants to make up stories. You ask, I'm right here. I walked out of question period early to make sure my truckers were taken care of. I'm driving home with these guys, and they're going to be well taken care of, and they're going to make sure they have rooms and fed, and make sure that they get home safe. Fuel, we left. Here's what people don't understand is we left with a little over $30,000, and now there's about $130,000 in the account, but we don't completely have access to all that money until a few days go by. But I'm making sure that these guys are taken care of.
Just a final one for you. What does your day look like today? How long are you going to be there? Is your message getting across? And when do you guys make the trek back home? When do you leave?
We're going to be leaving about 1 o'clock today or so. And we just want to make sure that we want to leave respectful, and that Ottawa is knows we don't want to disrupt their traffic. So we're going to leave with respect. We came with respect, and we're going to make sure that they hear that they appreciate it, and we appreciate Ottawa's hospitality. Oh. Sorry.
And no shortage of a horn honking I hear still this morning. Glen, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us today.
Sorry, we're making some noise. I'm sure you can hear that.
I sure can. Okay, Glen, we have to leave it there. We'll hopefully touch base with you again before you head on home.
Thank you.
Glen Carritt, the convoy manager, calling from Ottawa this morning.